This is for education use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material.
I am Engine Cadet Havana Trishami. So, what is the meaning of the global city? Global city, a city that acts as the primary point of contact in the world economic network, is referred to be a global city, also called as a power city, world city, alpha city, or world center. The theory behind the idea, which has its roots in geography and urban studies, holds that globalization has produced a hierarchy of strategically important areas with varied degrees of global influence over trade, finance, and culture. So, in the age of globalization, cities are no longer isolated and their influence in the global economy cannot go overlooked. Many factors are taken into consideration when deciding whether a city is a global or not. Such factors include being a home to major stock exchanges and indexes, having an influence in international political affairs, and being centers of new ideas and innovation in business, economics, cultures, and politics. So, according to Saskia Sassen, she is the author of the Global City. So she did identify the three global cities in New York, Tokyo, and London. Other commentators expanded the criteria that Sassen used to determine what constitutes the global city. San Francisco as a global city since it is the home or the hub of world internet and services providers that connect people.
Okay, what is the characteristics of global city? So first, I will summarize the definition of global city. So a city that has international political influence, home to multinational corporations and non-governmental organizations, in addition to global influential mass media and well-developed communications and transportation system. So mauna ang global city. So the characteristic of it is it has a high number of people. So na mga dagko nga populations, na worldwide company headquarters, na mga legal firms, na stock exchanges and financial institutions with an impact on the global economy. So a cutting edge communication system. So various civilizations and communities around the world. So this criteria is measured by the number of headquarters of important and major international corporations and top business service firm. The value of the city's market, the number of international events held there each year, and the good flow of goods through mga ports and also airports. So mao na ang characteristics nga makaingon ta nga ang city or ang place kay a global city.
After knowing what is the meaning of the global city, it is characteristics, the example, and the challenges, now I will be going to discuss the two examples of global village. The first one is we have here an internet. I am sure everyone viewing her knows about what is internet. So an internet is an interconnected network system that has millions of web servers connected. Then the second one is that the social media platforms. So example of social media platforms are some like TikTok. Oh, you're using always TikTok and Facebook. You always scroll up, scroll down on Facebook, and also Instagram. Not just these three. We also have like many more like Snapchat, WhatsApp, or Twitter. So every one of us here for sure uses the two examples of global village in our everyday life. That would be all, and thank you.
My topic is what
are the challenges of global cities with the COVID-19 pandemic. Large cities around the world with higher population densities have frequently been COVID-19 hotspots, precisely because cities are hubs for transnational commerce and mobility. These densely populated and higher connected cities can amplify pandemic risk. The coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic has severe health effects and serious implications for economic growth and social development. The main burden has been associated the social distancing, increased pressure on families, and reduces access to support services. Since its outbreak in late December 2019, COVID-19 has wreaked havoc across the world and like any critical sector. Education has been hit hard. Students, schools, colleges, and universities have been deeply impacted. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, over 800 million learners from around the world have been affected, not only the universities but also the business.
Hi, I'm Keith Brian Gan, and today I'm gonna discussing about the global village. So, what comes into your mind when we hear the word global village? So, as what global village, as what we can learn about village is like a group of community or a village, like for example. So, the I'm gonna discuss about the global village is that the global village or the term itself is being used to express the idea that people throughout the world are interconnected through the use of new media technologies. So when we think of it, it's like a world within our world, or it is a virtual village. So when we go, for example, we go on Facebook, we go on TikTok, we go on Instagram. So we can call itself as a global village because as what global village is being termed, it's like a whole new village where it is interconnected by the people through the use of these mediums, like these media technologies. So this term, the global village, has been coined by the early 1960s by a Canadian media theorist, Marshall McLuhan, who was writing about the newer technologies of his day, such as radio and television. So it's like he's predicting the future, like that's what the future will go. That's why he coined the global village. So he describes the global village as a phenomenon of the world's culture shrinking and expanding at the same time. So when we hear the word shrinking, it's like it shrink into a one location, which is a social media, which is the internet, the um, social media, for example. And there, the people will go express their culture, be able to share their culture among all the other people in the world. That's why we tend to know K-dramas. We tend to know Hollywood movies or the culture of different parts of the world. So it's also been described as a persuasive technological advances that allow for instantaneous sharing of culture. So as what he uh, he described it is like it's a one world interconnected by an electronic nervous system and making it part of our culture before it actually happened. So when we say it's like an electronic nervous system, it's an electronic nervous system that is rapidly integrating the planet events in one part of the world, and it can be easily experienced from other parts, similar to the human experiences of a small village. So that's what he said about the global village. So as what he said on the Gothenburg Galaxy on the 1962, he described it as a new electronic interdependence wherein it recreates the world in the image of the global village. So, in conclusion to this, we will we know that the global village is the interconnectedness of the world being shrink through the use of new media technologies in order to share the culture around the world. So that will be all for my global village, and thank you.
Identify the attributes of global village. Interconnectedness. It gives individual groups and almost every nation the opportunity to interact and learn from each other experiences, knowledge, and cultures. The possibilities are endless when we can connect with people around the world to find new ideas, new thoughts, and new solutions to problems we're trying to solve. Togetherness. People can share information about their skill, hobbies, and other things they're passionate about so that everyone can learn something new. Removing geographical boundaries also remove language and cultural barriers that hinder communication between people around the world who live in different countries. Togetherness is the basis for peace and prosperity for all nations around the world. It's what makes us truly human, distinguishes us from other species we know. Job opportunities. With the increase of cultural globalization and communication technology in the 21st century, you never have to be left behind in the fight for the best job. You can simply log into your account or any social media platform or online job. Search website to see hundreds of potential jobs waiting for your resumes. Some people even get a job by networking with the right people and limiting themselves to specific location or company. Business opportunities. Cultural globalization has also led to the development of newer technologies and products that have changed society for the better. The first advantage is that you can do everything from home, which means you can do your work from home. You can be your own boss and also hire people to work for you from anywhere in the world. Diversity. In order for each individual to reach their full potential, they must be offered opportunities regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, language, preference, or socio-economic background. Diversity can also help an organization improve its overall effectiveness by encouraging creativity and innovation through the introduction of new perspectives and ideas. Cultural awareness. Cultural awareness refers to familiarity with a variety of cultural traditions, practices, attitude, customs, and beliefs. Learning to tolerate differences promotes understanding and acceptance of other cultures and peoples. This will give you an advantage over others who don't have the same skills. Shared knowledge. Shared knowledge is the sum of human knowledge, and it shows in our collective intelligences. It's the intelligent, organized, and cumulative accumulation of all knowledge in the world, including facts, concepts, principles, theories, and even heuristics that can be used to solve problems or create opportunities. Shared knowledge is a basic human need. Progress. New technologies give us the opportunities to progress as individuals and as a society. On a personal level, we gain time to progress instead of spending our time doing paperwork. For example, because we can now do everything quickly online. We're also evolving on a societal level as we learn more about communication, technology, public health, economics, civil society, and even foreign policy. Next is access. Our interconnectedness with the world around us open up new avenues of unlimited possibilities. It also brings new challenges and opportunities. We're connected to other people but also to our environment. The opportunities and many other things. The the sheer amount of things and concepts we're networked with can be overwhelming at times, but it also gives us a huge range of choices. Global support. There are times when you don't want to wait for help, especially if you're in the middle of a natural disaster and your life is on the line. Maybe it's how Maybe it's how you can get something done or you need help as soon as possible. If your loved ones are on the other side of the world, you can quickly find out what's going on locally.
In the past, it would take days and sometimes even months to receive a letter from someone else. But today, with the internet, you can send an email to anyone in the world and often have it delivered in less than a minute. Since Global Village describes the phenomenon of the entire world becoming more interconnected as the result of the propagation of media technologies throughout the world. The internet is one of the best example because the internet is one of the greatest creation and provides people with instant access to an endless supply of knowledge and entertainment. The internet contains an endless supply of knowledge and information that lets you learn about almost any topic or question you may have. Using search engine like Google, you can ask virtually any question and find a web page with an answer and information about that question. The second one is a social media platform. It is an internet technology that enables people to create, share, and exchange ideas, information, and thoughts through online communities and networks. Social networking platforms allow users to connect, engage in conversation, and benefit from having similar interests and experiences. Social media materials might include text, photographs, videos, GIFs, and more. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Wikipedia are few examples of social media platforms. Socializing is becoming simpler because to social media.